We're in sci-fi world, topsy-turvy world, other world. Last night, I had to put myself to bed by chokeholding myself into place that I would fall asleep, and I did. And not only did I wake back up, I dreamed the alarm situation, and it wasn't even set. I have no idea with when, except when I wake up on my own, how I'm up. No alarm done it. No alarm done it. Alarm failed. Not set. I recalled the events. It's the only way I even realized I had to be dreaming because I was on stopwatch. It wasn't even on the fucking, wasn't even on the alarm. All the things were wrong. And I had dreams like this, more than one. So I'm up. You made it. If I had not stopped listening to the most insane, ramping up, like exponentially rising in intensity, everything coming out of news was so, it provided some form of energy that was against going to sleep, is the only way to say it. It was anti productive, anti anything. It's I recognized this, what's going on, pulled the plug on it, and laid down and went to sleep, like out. And I was tired. I did want to go to sleep way before then. The first thing that happened, unexpected, and it was great. I'm so grateful for it. Was catching the last 10 minutes or so of Texas Magi on the live, which he does it more than once. But he was interviewing Dragon Sage, who's one of my subscribers. I've interacted with a hell of a lot recently, even. I'd never hear him talking. He might be working on the bows he makes in his shop, showing something, got his channel, put shit out. If I didn't hear this guy talk, I wouldn't have not have guessed it was this guy. When I saw him and I saw his name, all the little tumblers like a lock unlocked. This is not the voice I imagined this guy to have. If you look at the guy, there's a voice I already ascribe to somebody that looks that way. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to work around it. And it made a confirmation bias. And there's not even, you recognize accents. Everybody can recognize an accent. This is like somebody you know since you were a kid's sound of that person's voice. And there's like three of them currently that have a way of talking. I can't say it's an accent. It's not an accent. It's the way that they talk, and it sounds the same in whatever way it's the same. The guy who has conflict radio, he has this voice like this. When I saw him, it's the same thing. It's like that's not how I picture. I don't picture, but one picture of someone. It's probably way too young. That's got to be it, and it has to be from knowing somebody and remembering them from being young, and somebody had that way of talking. That has to be it. There's no other explanation for the amount of other thanly that the brain puts into place. It's one of those things. I've been talking about it for a lot recently because it's been so strange to me to hear someone have a voice that sounds exactly like someone else I know, and they might not look like them, but they have the voice of the person I know coming out of them. And it does the same thing that's weird, like when you experience twins and you're like, I don't even know which one of y'all is which one. It's that level of confusion and then reconciliation from the confusion. That happens. So this happens. I'm like, I know this guy. This guy, you know. So the I know Texas Magi's voice. He has a voice that you can't mistake. You hear him talk, you know who's talking. It's not a question. At least for me, it's not. Now, could it be he has a voice, and it's any old voice for someone else? Possibly. That's probably as close as I can get to making sense of the phenomenon as I experience it. And this wasn't you didn't get typical phenomenon last night, because I even left the room because something flew across the room on its own. And I just left. I was like, oh, I guess the ghost is pissed. I'm going to leave. And sure as shit, something flew across the room, and there's not any spring loaded shit in there to be flying across the room. It was genuine phenomenon, and I'm like, well, I expect it, but I'm busy. I'm sorry. And before I went to sleep, I said, Ghost, I'm cool with you, but if you fuck with my dreams, I will fuck you up. So if you need to leave because you're some monster from hell or whatever, I suggest you leave. And then I went to sleep. Now, a normal human probably would be disturbed by shit flying through their room uh, in a paranormal way. Fitting a ghost could do it. Yeah, probably. Everything else really should come second to the ghost. If there's ghosts throwing shit, but that's not the way. That's not my world at all. This other shit was ahead of it because it was a block in some way. I'm listening to the guy talk the whole time. I know the guy as much as you can kind of know people. You can't know people you haven't met. The internet began the whole craziest fucking world where people can pretend to be anonymous, talk all the crazy shit they want to talk and get it out. I'm not that type of person. I have to put my fucking face and talk so I can look and see if what I say resonates with myself, and it's not easy. And I've done it one time where I had to say some very hurtful or true shit about myself and notice how my face was paralyzed by the tears that then came out of it. And do you know what? There's like 10, they number the emotions and it goes up in tens. The lowest one, shame. There's like regret and shame are side by side, and one is slightly less bad than the other. And I'm not even going to go into that shit. Let's just say it's at the bottom. And the way life has gone, when the other thing, I said it paralyzes just a little bit less of your face. And that's the only biofeedback that could tell me what I'm saying is actually fucking right. There's no way around it. And it was. And it blew me away to like have that experience. As strange as it is, but that's what not being anonymous can can afford you. I'm not going to be anonymous and just talk shit about whatever the fuck I want to talk shit about. I have my face on it. Whether or not the cowboy hat's there, it doesn't make a fuck. It doesn't make a fuck. This was necessary for me to be a man. I had to see it. I had to go that way. And everybody has a path that's their path. If you're not on it, get on it. You confused about it? Figure it out. That's the realest fucking shit I can tell you. But before I had that experience, I was lost or I was not sure. Whatever unsteadiness existed and it had to get out. I had to solve it. I had to. I didn't even know what it was. But it started right there. It did. And it was that simple. Because I had an experience and I believed it had to go a certain way. And then I had to own it by looking myself in the face, saying the most harmful shit somebody could say about what they experienced and how they were let down by their self. And I did it, and it was not what I expected at all. That's basically a similitude of that was last night. So I get into this chat. I made it. The very end of it And what did Dragon say, Sage? Oh yeah, he lurks. He comes in and he lurks and he leaves. I don't come in and lurk and leave. I've been testing the water to get in there where I need to be for way long. If I didn't have someone say I was a bot and I've been blocked, I wouldn't have been able to dismiss it and be like, no, no, wrong. That's not right. I had to just abandon it. It's in the chat. It'd be like, I was like, no, never mind. Look. And then I was there. It's so difficult to get in those. And that's the greatest fucking thing about YouTube. Everybody knows it. Nobody really says it. It's the comments. It's that they exist. They used to be a little bit better, and I don't know what they changed. I remember they changed something about the messaging or how you could respond, something, and it was years ago. They turned it off, and they should turn that shit back on. Whatever I don't even know what it was. I have no idea. That's where we're at. But the people on TV, there's no comment section. There's no talking to them. They are so far insulated above us that it lets them think they can just get on the TV, lie to us for money, go home and go to sleep. They totally forgot about journalism. And journalism is like one of the things a society has to have it. You have to have it. You have to. Or you're done as a society. It's over. You lost. You failed in kindergarten. And we have. Our society has. The media, they have abandoned the ship. There is not a credible single you can't even put Fox on the none of them. They all lost. And do you know who took up the slack to be the journalist? I know you know, because it's you, it's me, it's anybody that's doing this and doing it to fucking say, hey, this happened, I saw it. And it doesn't matter if you fucking dreamed it. It doesn't matter if you thought you did. The honesty that people brought to put in place of the blatant, overwhelming lying being done to individuals, people groups, in the most advanced fucking ways humans are even capable, the most advanced ways. Democrats just dumping lie about anything into their they don't give a fuck about the informational wealth of any of their people. If you are my channel subscriber, if I am giving you any fucking thing, it's the fucking genuine, honest report of whatever it is. And it could be any fucking topic in the world. I'm not locked in on any one thing. But if I'm going to make a fucking video and put my face on it, I have to own it. If I lie to you, I'm lying to myself. I shouldn't even be here. And I don't know what I may get to report or say or topics, but I'll be the first one to be like, I was wrong. I did something else. And that's the reality. If little green guys get out of these SUV sized things, and I said it's probably rich guys because they suggest it's got to be a super rich guy's vehicle. It doesn't make any sense. And how are there so many super rich friends just gathered together doing an air show every night, 180 sightings a night? It's ramped up so insane. I've not seen the SUV drone type vehicle that's not a drone. It can't be a drone if somebody's in it. I know that. But they're calling them drones. I don't know why. They have not identified there as a pilot in these things that are flying around. That was the sign. That was the thing that was supposed to come. And it was accurately predicted by Cliff High to happen whatever time after the Joe Rogan thing. He nailed that shit. He nailed it. It's currently, time, whatever the fuck time is following the model that he has laid forth. And he is laying it forth again and again because it's difficult for people to get into their head that if the world is an ontological model, which is mentally based, and it's all working together towards an end. If mind does a thing it does it for a reason. And if there's a reason you can experience it and it be mutually beneficial, that's the way it goes. And almost never will it go another way. And the world isn't built from little bitty building blocks like Legos and constructed, although it looks like that. That's another deception. That is the product of the minefield, the illusion. The illusion is persistent and it's not based by you. You're not generating it like some fucking projecting fucking miracle. You're not some super machine that's projecting a reality and then experiencing it. You're not going to manifest any fucking single thing of your desires. However, there is a manifestation going on, but it's of some form of the consciousness in a local, then it's like the one mind. So, as an American, we are manifesting for America. We are, and according to whatever is the consensus, as funny and awkward as that's always been, the consensus reality does stand. But the manifestation principle is you're not the one and all. Neither should you think that. It would be megalomania to think that. It would be a little bit crazy. I know this. I believe this to be the truth as a wizard. And I'm a natural wizard on the shit. I have experienced it. I live it. I know it's true. And it is. It's a little bit crazy, but it's for the right crazy for the situation that it is. And I'm all right with that. But before this, I didn't know. I'm okay to say I didn't know. I didn't realize it till after the fact. It was it's getting crazy. It's getting really crazy. And it's so funny in one way because everything that's supposed to be an authority in this world, they're done. The TV news, they are no more an authority than the cats on my financial situations. They're ridiculous. And it's not any one of their fault. It's all of their fault because they quit being journalists. We don't have journalists. We have no Aaron Brockovich to tell us, hey, they're dumping poison in the water you're drinking right now. I'm gonna call the numbers that I'm supposed to call. Then somebody's gonna do something because somebody will do something. If it's your town, if it's your water, you'll do it. That's a fucking fact. It's too close to home. The phenomenon, the whatever, and it's like a training exercise in the most ridiculousness. In Dune, they have the box. Put your hand in the box. You put your hand in the box. What's in the box? Pain's in the box. What's going to happen here? It's the same fucking situation. And the thing about it being the box and the illusion that is painted in Dune, which is fan fucking tastic. It's great. That's the greatest fucking movie I've ever fucking seen in my life. And I've read the books, but I didn't read the books the movie's about. I read the books about the future of that world after. And there's like fucking so many. It's retarded, dude. I read these books years ago. I've never read a book like this. My eyeballs hurt so bad after reading, and I could not stop. It was fucking great. I've never read a book that had grabbed my ass more, except maybe The Hobbit. The three books after The Hobbit was like that. It was the fucking best fucking story I'd ever heard. It captured every bit of my mind. I saw every bit of what I was reading like a fucking movie in my own brain. It was fucking badass. I love that story. I have a love for it. And only Frank Herbert's Dune, the after the original three, nothing. And this is like fucking books that are this fucking thick. You wouldn't want nothing to do with that if you saw it. You're like, no. War and Peace, no, no, there's no way. I don't know if I'll ever read a book like that again, but I'm cool with that. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Life changing. Real shit. And somebody made a video last night, and they're going through scene by scene Dune from the beginning of the fucking movie. Well, I saw a movie. I didn't read the book. Not that book. I would like to. That would be I probably would have started those. They didn't have those. It was my friend's books. They didn't have those books. They had the next ones after so it continues. They go line from line and say everything that's a discrepancy. The movie did this, but this is what the book said. Every fucked up thing, they called it out. It's not even done. I didn't even get done. That's where I stopped. I was like, okay, phone down, night night, because it got better and better and better. All the shit Dune is talking about, religion, being mind control, and how you ain't got shit if mind control gets you like this. Accurate. It's accurate. No way around it. And that's the only context I never really put it in because it was the greatest fucking story in a movie form I ever saw. My dad showed me this fucking movie at the ostrich ranch when I was like teenager. He put it in. He's like, watch this. The same way I've done with my own sons when there was something that had something in it and I wanted him to see it, I'd done it. You do these things as a father to your son, you experience it maybe one time. My dad sat me down for one fucking time and put this movie in, and it's the greatest fucking movie I've ever fucking seen. It's a little bit older now, and they've made a new one. I don't even know if I could watch the new one because of how badass the first one done me. That's real shit. And he did it like that. He's like, watch this. That's the opened as I had been. And my dad, during this time, he looked me in the face, and he was looking for something. He was looking to see if I was someone else's kid and settling the matter in his mind. And I called him on it. I was like, are you looking to see if you're my dad in my face? He's like, yeah. I was like, you are. Get, get over it. It's like, if you don't think I don't fucking know, we're definitely fucked up. And he laughed. He thought that was hilarious. And he's like, one of your ears is just slightly higher than the other one, like mine. I was like, pfft. By then I had laughed at him. I'm too young to be laughing at him. And it happened. I've had some bizarre experiences with my dad, but they're the most bizarre shit, and that's the one of them. I've never ever told anybody that it happened, and I'm like, there's no way around it in my brain. It's like that's the weirdest thing. There's no one you can tell that to. That would be like, that's fucked up. As fucked up as it was, I called his ass out. I knew what he was doing. I don't know how. I wasn't a father. I was a fucking 12-year-old kid. I have no idea where the hell this wisdom came from. And I straight called him out. And he's like, yep, he couldn't. There's no defense against the truth like that. When you get hit with the truth, you think you can lie? You can't lie. You couldn't have concocted a story for fucking 15 years and gotten that situation and done anything but tell the truth. It's the most crippling moment that anyone less than fucking transparent will ever have. The child will master you. It's an unparalleled situation. And I had it. I would never remember it if I didn't have to say it now. But that shit has happened. And recent reality has been so fucking amazing. I'm just so happy to be alive. This is an amazing time to be alive. That's all I got. Good morning. Have a wonderful fucking day. How you like this day? How you like this day? I'm glad I remade this video because what a wonderful day two. Scene one. Scene one, section two. Prepare. Prepare for some real shit because it's happening. The unraveling has begun.